Hey guys, it's your boy here, Marvin and and welcome to another great episode of Marv and Basketball. And today we're going to be discussing Lebron James' show, The Barbershop. And we're going to be talking about one in particular section of the show with Daniel Kaluuya and Marcus Rashford and a few others on the show, and that is the zone. Let me let Woody explain.
But I'm in the zone, man. I'm in the fucking zone. Would you relax? I'm in the zone.
We'll be right back after this.
You move just like the superstar you are. You weave your magic feeling from afar. You're like the dancer all alone on the stage. Moses, Moses, you're the one. Moses, you're the one.
And yes, we are back for another great episode, guys. And yeah, like I was saying, we're talking about The Barbershop with Lebron James, Marcus Rashford, and Daniel Kaluuya, to mention a few. Now, within that show, they spoke about what Woody spoke about, Billy Ho, the zone. The zone is something that we can only tap into a few times. It's not something that we can always recall. Like, I don't know about you, like I've been in the zone a few times, and within being in the zone, I get to the point of where I feel that I can do anything. LeBron touches on this in this clip.
I think we call that being in the zone.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You wish you can tap into that shit more often. You just, when it happens, you have no idea what the fuck's going on.
And you find new stuff.
Yeah,
you
you
start
like,
doing new
you're
shit.
just trying shit that you never even tried before.
Yeah.
Like silly shit. That game I had in Boston, game 6, down 3-2, it got to a point where I was just out there trying shit. One leg off the wrong foot, bump fades off my right shoulder. I'm not even a right shoulder bump fade guy. Every time I was shooting, it just felt so perfect, and it was barely touching the net.
And basically, exactly what he's saying is, how do we harness that part of what we're doing? I think it's a combination between great rest, great training, a great training schedule, you doing everything the right time, the right way, family, relationships, coaching, it all ties into one moment and one feeling. But the one thing that is true to every single time you're in the zone is, how do you stay in the zone? How do you live in that moment? And how do you remember everything? Because most people, you hear that saying, he's unconscious. It's 100% true, because you feel like you can do anything, you can try anything, you can be anything. And we get zones in every other aspect of our lives, not just basketball. We get that within normal working conditions, whether that would be in a sales environment, whether you be working in retail, whether you're working as a cleaner, it doesn't matter. I remember working in sales, and every single call I got, someone was like, oh, I heard about this particular thing coming out, what's it like? This was years ago. And for some reason on that day, I was just on point. I was just, every single person I was converting. I think I had about 25 calls, converted every single person, and I felt great. I was standing up and I was hyped, and I was in a zone. The next day, did that happen? No, it didn't. But again, it's trying to tap into the why, the how, and how can we do it again. So you let me know in the comments as well if you've ever been in the zone before and how you felt in the past, and if it's something that you've been able to tap into, because that's exactly what LeBron's talking about. How do we tap into being in the zone, package it, and constantly be in the zone all the time? We'd have 50 to 60 point playoff and regular season games that these guys would be doing on a regular basis if it meant that we could stay in the zone. The zone is where it's at. Now, yes, I am so excited to talk about this, the Commonwealth Games in Birmingham. And guess what, guys? We did it. We did it. Guys came and got that gold, brought it home. Ladies got that silver. To be honest, to me, they pretty much were gold. It was only one game that they actually didn't win, which was the deciding factor for them not to get the gold. But ultimately, they have changed the course of basketball in the UK as we see. Like, you've got to understand, Jeremy Sohan just going to the Spurs, another one of our own, taking it to the highest level that we possibly can. You've got to look at it like this. They have just, without any funding, without any real backing into a sport that hasn't had backing ever, we have just brought medals home. Not the bronze. We brought the silver and the gold. So this is my personal rant that I'm going to have right now going towards England basketball and English basketball. British basketball, you were doing what you need to do. I love you guys. You guys are great. But now we go into those meetings with a different conversation. We go into those meetings stating, guess what? We have got the gold. We have got the silver. We have done this with limited resources and limited funding. If we get the resources and funding, not only are we going to bring more medals home, we're going to be getting more kids in inner city areas and suburban areas off the street, in places that are safe, with great coaching, great staff, being able to understand that these kids have now got a future that's set before them, that they can become either professional players abroad or here, or even make it to the NBA, or become professionals in the sense where they understand a discipline of being able to formulate a plan for themselves. Because basketball, guys, it isn't just a game. It is something that forms habits that last a lifetime. You learn how to team build, you learn how to work with people, you learn to become a better person individually in yourself. You just become the best version of you. Basketball saves lives. Basketball saved my father's life, it saved my life because it saved his, and it's one sport for me that is just the most unbelievable thing ever. And in any sports as well, it's great. But basketball is a sport that's just never got the funding it's deserved. So it is time to give that funding back to basketball. I plead any sponsors out there that are listening to this or get to watch this, make basketball your priority. Kane Henry, a youngster, someone that was coached by one of my guys that I actually grew up playing ball with, Jimmy. You look in this picture now, you see a young kid, dreams and aspirations of getting to that next level. He's just done something that's never been done before. It's actually gone down in the history books. This is the kind of love and things that we're trying to do and bring to the sport and bring to our nation. It's one of the most highest participating sports in the country. I believe it to be second. Basketball isn't something that's that expensive. In terms of like other sports like football, obviously it's very expensive to run football clubs throughout the year. Now, not to diss football, let's be honest, 1966 to now, we ain't got no gold medal. Like, there ain't no gold medals there yet. Basketball, it's a newly growing sport, one of the highest participating sports we've ever had in the country. I believe us to be second or even number one at one point in terms of participation and numbers. And look at us now, gold medalists. This is what we're doing. A former England player myself, I can tell you, we didn't have a lot of funding when we were playing compared to the other European teams. I remember going to Portugal, I remember going to Germany, I remember going to France. I remember seeing these teams and seeing how much they had compared to us. But the one thing that we had as well, which was crazy, we had an unbelievable talent. Our team, our roster, unbelievable players on there. To this day, we still talk and laugh about what we had compared to other teams, but just how good we were and the fact that we were competing. Now, this isn't just a dream from the past, this is a dream to the future. Coaches like Jimmy Rogers, Joe White, Andrea Norton, right now they're looking down. The basketball gods have spoken. It is our time. BBL, WBBL, let's get this done and let's become the best in the world. Now, I gotta mention my girls. Oh my God. You know what? When you're watching basketball, the excitement, the speed, the pace, it is just an unbelievable thing to watch. But to see Hannah jump and that jump shot, we got something in common there. We're both shooters, but damn, can you shoot? 7 threes, breaking the record of the 3x3, and then just making it look flawless, hitting 50% from the floor, being able to triple threat and put them in a position to where they have to come up on you, which allows you to penetrate and dish. Game is on point. Then we got Chantel Handy. She's the one that is the hype beast for the team. She's the one that gets them going, that gets them all pumped up. Make sure that everybody recognizes that if things are down, she brings it up. I love her pace. I love her patience. She's got a really great mid-range and she can knock down that free as well. And she's got the physicality that we need in the post. And overall, just an amazing player. Now, Sheridine Green with the Akeem Olajuwon footwork, she's not messing around. There was a few moves that she did where even I got faked out and I ain't even playing on defense. She's not messing around on that post. And I love that they did actually go to the post in the finals and they were able to convert and actually capitalize on the fact that they could go inside and always also put the ball outside and get those shots up. Because you notice this, Australia, they're not messing around. Their physicality was absolutely ridiculous. They were pretty much the whole game. I love the fact that the refs as well weren't calling too much, because you know what? Let's let them fight it out. Let's let them win. Great job, guys. And then we got Speedy Gonzalez, Shan Norton. What can I say? This girl's first step, the fake and drive, she is not messing around. I think in totality, I think they could have won actually even more games based on the fact that her first step is just so lethal that she could have just got to the basket anytime that she wanted to. But that was another thing about this, guys. they played as a team. There was no ball hugging. It wasn't individual. They just basically went in and killed it and just decided that, you know what, we're going to play our game. We're not going to play anyone else's. And that is why you guys are champions. And we got the men's squad as well. We got Orlan Jackman. And you know what? This guy, man, again, a lot like Chantel, a floor general, someone that's just always poised. But when it came to those quick timeouts they would have, he weren't messing around. He was like really getting on the guys. There's a lot of strong language going in there. But if you know, basketball can get heated. It can get personal. But the one thing he did was kept them all together and kept them focused. And there was a point in that final where he did say, let's play our game. Because it got so physical out there, you end up playing exactly like Australia were playing. And you know what? That wasn't where they were playing. They played good man-to-man defense, good help defense, but then it just became a bit of a brawl at the end. But at the same time, they managed to keep their poise and keep it going, knock down some great jumpers, great mid-range, great handle, and he was going to the basket as well, trying to get fouled. But again, the refs were like, you know what, this is going to be a physical game. Let's not call everything, because we're going to let them finish this out. And I really respected that too. And then we got Jamil Anderson, total athlete, player, like he's a two-way player. He's got the defense, he's got the offense. He's always trying to dunk on someone. I think pretty much every game that he played in, he got a dunk, which was crazy. Like, that's not something that you see on 3x3 every single time. And in this particular, it probably got more physical than any other game he got in the final. But he played his ass off and he completely killed it. Love the fact that he's got the great mid-range, really fantastic athleticism, and just a great player and great attitude as well. He just pretty much doesn't show any emotion, and unless he dunks on you, that's when he shows the emotion. And then we got Kane Henry, who I mentioned earlier, who's just an absolute beast. Like, youngest on the team, athleticism's just through the roof. There was a point where I think I saw his head nearly hit the rim on an alley-oop in the semi-finals. He's just not messing around, and his future is just bright. He's definitely a two-way player, great defensive player. I think he was averaging around 2 to 3 blocks a game. That just says it all. And he's someone that's got so much length, you don't actually realize the other players, when they're going for layups, they think they're open. Actually, he's going to pin you to the backboard. And that's what we like to see. Great job. Amazing. Then we got Birmingham's own Miles Hessen. You know what? You can't write scripts any better. The hometown kid comes in the Commonwealth Games, makes the team. You forget this as well. Remember, to make the team in the first place is a big deal. It's not like there was guys just sitting there not trying to make that team. The homegrown player is on the team. The floor general goes in there, completely kills the entire tournament, plays probably the best ball that he's playing in his life at the moment. He's in his prime. And then just to top it off at the end of the game, hits the sweetest corner three, like all two in that sense. It was just like, did you see the free that Australia missed that they would have won the game? Like, it literally went in the basket and stayed on the rim for a split second, and I thought, it's over, and he missed it. And you know what? It's one of those moments in basketball. That is why this game is so special. You just don't know what's going to happen. That could have been it. It could have been over. But no, came back, and Hessen was like, this is our game. It's mine. We're killing it. And they did it. England, congratulations on an amazing, successful Commonwealth Games. And we'll be cheering for you all the way in the future with the extra funding that we're going to be getting. Future NBA stars. And that brings me to my next section, one of my favorites.
I'll just wear these then.
And yes, that's exactly what I'm going to do. And you know, I was very fortunate and very lucky to be one of the very few that managed to get himself a pair of the Travis Scott lows. Yes, the mocha. I'm probably pronouncing it wrong. People say mocha, I say mocha. I don't know. It's probably the wrong thing, but who cares, guys? I got a pair, never got a pair in the past. I'm always trying to enter the raffles to get them. And yes, I'm a buyer, I'm a wearer. As you know, if you follow me, you will see I wear all of my shoes because they are meant to be worn. They're not meant to be put in a cupboard, in a safe, in a storage facility. They are meant to be worn because that's why we get them. I need the rotation of 365 days. That's what I'm going for. Once I get that rotation, I will be happy. That should be by the age of 50. So I haven't got long to go. I know, man, I'm getting up there now. It's pretty crazy. But yeah, wanted to say something crazy about these shoes. Now, in terms of the quality straight away, hands down, I've got about maybe 7 pairs of lows, and these are the best quality ones that I've got. And they've all been around the same price. And the fact that you can buy a shoe that is retailed at 144 that then can be resold for 1,000, and you're thinking to yourself, the quality is not that much better, but the hype behind it was much bigger. Do they deserve to be the shoe of the year or the drop of the year? I'm going to ask King of Trainers and see what he says, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure if they're the drop of the year, because there's actually other shoes that I actually like better that I actually haven't got, and the reason why I didn't get them is because I didn't win the raffle. And sometimes it just happens like that, and you know what it's like. I know my raffle winners are thinking like, damn it, man, I didn't get those. But you win some, you lose some. But in terms of the quality, I love the reverse swoosh. I've always loved that when it came out. The detail on the tongue, on the inside, it's got the branding of the Cactus Jack. I love the insole, I love the back of the shoe, and it's definitely an autumn shoe, so I'm going to be wearing them during the autumn more than I will the summer. It'll be probably spring, yeah, spring, autumn, maybe some winter days depending on how cold it is. You want to keep the shoe good, but like I said, as long as you got your rotations in order, your shoes will last for many, many years. I'm still rocking shoes that I had 15 years ago, and they still look like I've had them for about a year. But you got your special ones, you know how it is. But yeah, you guys let me know in the comments what you think of the latest release of the Travis Scotts, and you let me know what your thoughts are on the future releases that are coming. And again, guys, thank you so much for joining me for another episode of Marv and Basketball. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share this, and I shall see you very soon.